Burrows. Aldridge, the chest off to Beardsley, and the return was well read by Tony Gale. And quickly releasing Devonshire. Whelan's after him. In once more, Dickens, and a good one too with Kelly, and Dickens pulled down by Ronnie Whelan. That was an entertaining little attack from West Ham United, ending with the foul by Whelan.
Well, it's good to see Devonshire back in the side. He's been a very, very good player for West Ham over the years. He's suffered a lot of injuries, and I think if John Lyle can keep him fit, he's got an excellent player there.
Good attack it was, and it's left West Ham with this free kick. Alvin Martin doing the organising, and now they run, and curled by Gale, but too high. Ince, and that's Houghton to Beardsley. Oh, normally Peter Beardsley could be depended upon to strike the ball precisely into the path of the player, but on that occasion he got it rather wrong. And Stewart plays it up here to Slater. Slater against the other youngster, Burrows, and they've made room here for Ward, and Ward with a cross, Kelly at the back post, Devonshire too, but Hooper was perfectly positioned. Good combination between the young lads Stuart Slater and Mark Ward up the right to create the chance for Devonshire. It's Beardsley. Support from Venison. And no offside this time. And it's Aldridge. Well, well, well. Rush was well positioned in the middle.
Well, this is a very poor effort from Aldridge. He might have got himself caught in two minds here, because Rush, if you see him just wide of him, he just needed a little tuck in his path to knock it into an empty goal, but he decided to have a blast at it. It's unlike him to miss the goals like that. He usually deadly finish in that position. Great chance for Liverpool.
10 minutes on the clock. No goals at the Bowling Ground. It's West Ham 0, Liverpool 0. And that's a free kick against Paul Ince. Began his career as a sweeper, but then he is slotted into the midfield now. There's Houghton, and in goes Rush, nodded back, Aldridge, Houghton again! That was better from Liverpool. Ray Houghton, who began the move, in the right place to finish it off. The shot didn't go onto the goal. Venison. And it's now through to Aldridge, and McKnight had to go down bravely. And McKnight saw the danger coming and was swiftly off his line to snuff it out.
Again, bad defender by West Ham. That was just a long ball down the middle, and at least one of the two strikers was free and might have got a break. They were looking to get away with that, West Ham.
Here come Liverpool again. It's Ray Houghton. Beardsley's in the middle and Rush too, but it's deflected off the fullback Dix, and that's a corner to Liverpool. That's Julian Dix, the 20-year-old fullback, just established for the first season in this one. Now Barnes. Still it's John Barnes, and deflected away for another corner. One to cause a flutter in the heart of any goalkeeper, that.
They just got a deflection.
Venison to Aldridge. Houghton back to Venison once more, and Alvin Martin across. But the ball went out for the corner. Martin's challenge unconvincing, and Liverpool quickly on with it. Whelan curling it in. Up goes Aldridge. And again the centre of the West Ham defence in trouble.
I think we see that on replay. It's a good chance for Aldridge because he's not too far out, and he's a pretty good header of the ball, and a free header at it really from that position, which you shouldn't get in the middle of the defence there.
Ward, and then Stewart, and now Ward again. rolled into the path of Tony Gale. Slater. And losing his footing at the crucial moment, it's Barnes to Aldridge. And now Whelan. And the build-up continues on the right with Venison. Barnes stepping over it, rush, blocked by Stewart and tidied up by Dickens. Back to Venison. Towards Aldridge. Martin's head just got in the way. Beardsley. Barnes. Beardsley once more. And Beardsley having a go out on his own. And that was Rush, and now it's come to Houghton. Cleared by Tony Gale.
Well, that was Beardsley at his best, doing his little trick down the left side. And a good cross, but just a little bit too high for Rush to get a good header on it. It was just on the top of his head. Good move again by Liverpool.
Again, it's in hard, but it's rebounded to Barnes. And Barnes opting for the shot. And that's gone a long way away. Devonshire then with the throw. Dix. Rolled for Ward. Martin, the centre half, up in the attack. Back to Ward again. He took so long over it, I'm sure he feels he could have done better than that.
Well, again, both sides at their best when they're up around the penalty box of the opposition. Good movement by West Ham there. They're making good positions, same as Liverpool when they get at the far end. And that's a sign that both defences are not on top of the game. Good position for Ward here. Strikes the ball usually very well. I think he caught himself again in two minds whether to clip it to the far post or not.
Kenny Dalglish in the front row there. Steve Staunton and Nigel Spackman, the two substitutes at the back. But Dalglish never looks particularly happy when the game is in progress. This one's been in progress for 35 minutes and it's still scoreless. Aldridge, Houghton. And Barnes trying the acrobatics. And it's almost there off the post from Beardsley. And eventually off the top of the bar and safety with the goalkeeper. What an astonishing passage of play. Peter Beardsley it was who took advantage of John Barnes' miscue.
Well, Houghton is brilliantly here to get the great cross to pull it back past everybody. Barnes tries a shot. That's typical Beardsley. And from nothing, do the spectacular. And that was a spectacular shot to get it round at that angle. Very unlucky.
Devonshire. And now Dickens. Devonshire again. Dickens. And here's Slater and Ablett running across him. Quite honest, I didn't feel Slater had the pace to get away from him. And for a 19-year-old, he did rather well in conning the foul out of the centre half. Indirect free kick for obstruction. Are they for 10 metres away? Don't tend to move much, do they? Referee's happy enough. West Ham aren't. Ward, the player in the middle, is 7. 4 is Gale. Alvin Martin with the socks rolled down. And it's Ward tanking it. And he found the way through, but the keeper had covered the other corner. And it's Ronnie Whelan now for Liverpool. In towards Aldridge, won by Martin, but here comes Ray Houghton. And Gale puts it away for the corner.
Very good chance there for Liverpool if Ray Houghton had controlled that ball, because he was right in, well into his stride, going past people. He just knocked it a little bit too far in front of himself.
Venison back to Whelan. And now Houghton and McKnight having to squirm like an eel to stop the deflected ball squeezing in by his near post.
Well, again, slack marking by West Ham from corner kick, and you can't afford to do that. He got away with it there, a little bit lucky, but if you continue to mark like that, you won't get away with it.
Well, despite all the slack marking, the first half has ended scoreless, though. But this man had his way, and the woodwork had been marginally further to the side. It would have been 1-0 to Liverpool. Beardsley rattling it off the post and seeing the ball squirm away along the line. No changes that I can see on either team at half-time, and the second half is underway. Over 30,000 fans in here. That's West Ham's best gate of the season so far. Hardly surprising that the crowds have flocked to see the champions. And Liverpool some way off championship form at the moment in the First Division, seeking their opening goal in this match against West Ham. Now the famous old warrior, Billy Bonds. He's finally packed it in. He's now 41 and he's the West Ham youth team coach. He's gone straight to Houghton. Aldridge after this, rush in the middle, and that was cut out by Gale, who's completed the job. Feeling perhaps that McKnight wouldn't get there in time. Liverpool's corner, and Houghton is there to take it. On from Barnes, and Barnes again, and deflected off another Liverpool player for a goal kick. I would reckon that John Barnes thought he might have been on the score sheet then.
It was a fair chance for him. A little bit unlucky because I think it caught the back of was it Aldridge when he hit it? Just hit him on the backside. I think the goalkeeper might have had it covered anyway.
Ray Stewart. Beardsley, he did well there. Barnes outside him, that's for him. Rush and Aldridge in the middle. It's come towards Aldridge, and Rush back to Houghton, blocked down by Martin. Beardsley, goal kick.
Well, excellent move by Liverpool, and Beardsley at the heart of it there. Good ball out to between Ronnie Whelan and Beardsley to get Barnes free for the first time, and a good cross from Barnes. And I thought maybe when it came across, Aldridge could have headed it back across the goal rather than getting a volley on it, and it would have given there. I think a little header back across the goal would have been a little bit better. For a good ball by Rush, and Martin here looks very, very close to his hammer, although he did knock it down with his shoulder. And Beardsley steadying himself but not keeping it on target. West Ham are living dangerously there.
Surviving again. That's Gale making a mess of it, giving it straight to Beardsley. And then a rather crude challenge by the fullback Dixon. Beardsley is down.
That was a very bad tackle, and the referee should definitely do something about that. He had no intention of playing the ball. Beardsley has gone past him, and it was like a body check. Caught him right in the face, I think. See, somebody else could be booked out on the game now for kicking the ball away.
So Stone talking to the young man, the West Ham fullback. Here's the challenge again. Ince getting away, and then yes, that was the short arm punch.
I think that it could be in danger of ruining Peter Beardsley's good looks there, I think, George.
On we go then. Beardsley's all right. Pulled in by Houghton. It's come down to Barnes. Couldn't get the angles right, John Barnes. Thrown up the line for Slater. And still Slater turning Burrows. Slater still going and trying to make a room for the shot. In the end, there was no power in it. The youngster did well there. I think Liverpool, if anything, have the edge at this stage in the game. Played in from Aldridge to Barnes. Another attack peters out. Dix up to Kelly. And now it's Dix again. And he deceived Nicol there. And there's no foul, and quite right too. The ball is out for a corner this time. But Dix trying to make a way through the middle, through the two of them, and looking for the foul, I think, and that perhaps as much as anything made up the referee's mind.
He'd just like to get forward, Dix. He's quite a good player. He's very aggressive, which is not such a bad thing. But that started with a dreadful ball by Barnes again. Last year he was going on his own in those situations.
That's Ward. Gale gets there, punch from Hooper, and Dix goes in. I would have loved to have scored that one. Julian Dix, the fullback.
Well, an awkward shot there, trying to keep it down on his right. He's left-footed player. And
it would appear now that West Ham have found their gears again. They've stepped up the pace a little bit. Ray Stewart. And still it's Stewart. I think that was intended to curl Hooper. As the game moves into its final quarter, 0-0 at Upton Park, and Liverpool seek a way through. Ian Rush turning the fullback Dix. Whelan blocked by Martin. Beardsley. Houghton again. And a way through there for Ray Houghton. Cut out this time by Tony Gale. Dickens coming away with it. And Devonshire, and Ward's going on a run through the middle.
There's Nicol again. Always the one that's going to cut out the danger for him. Looking comfortable, good pace. That was a dangerous situation for Liverpool, but he read it so well, he made it look easy in the finish.
Now Aldridge chasing here, down to Rush, and Rush shoots, and it's there. Ian Rush is really back on song. 2 games, 2 goals, and Liverpool, I reckon, just about worth that.
Well, typical Rush finishing. He hasn't been playing particularly well. Little break from the first one. Aldridge has really got in the air, and it's broken down to him onto his left foot and whips it into the back of the net. And that's why Liverpool are so dangerous. They can afford, if they can get the players back, they can afford to wait for Rush to do something like that, or Beardsley in the game, because I think Beardsley will go back up front alongside Rush when everybody's fit. And they can really, they're both inconsistent at times, but they can do something spectacular. And with Hansen playing and Gillespie playing, these guys can hold out at the back until they'll turn something on for them. And that was typical Rush finishing. Great finish, because he hasn't really been in the game.
Gale. In goes Dickens. And Slater ahead of him, and Dickens tries the shot! That wasn't very far away at all from Alan Dickens. Hooper was beaten, but that's not to say he couldn't have had the goal covered. But final shot from Alan Dickens.
I think you'll find it's gone away from the goalkeeper here, and wider than it looked from the other angle. I think if he'd kept it on target, the keeper would have had it covered.
Substitution being made. West Ham withdraw David Kelly, who didn't have a very inspiring second half, and on comes Leroy Rosinha, who had a groin injury. Nigel Spackman coming on for the injured Ronnie Whelan. Straight swap, midfielder for a midfielder. Spackman, who lost his place to Aldridge in today's starting lineup, going on, and the skipper Ronnie Whelan is off. West Ham with a free kick through Ray Stewart. Martin, and now Slater trying to curl Hooper, and really for the youngster, just 19 years of age, well worth a try, and prepared to have a try, and maybe he didn't get the range this time. Showed an astute footballing brain. Ablett. Barnes. Ablett again. And it's through to Burrows. And comes to Beardsley! That wraps it up.
Great move for Liverpool. Again, young Burrows. Always give offside, has he? I think it's give offside.
He's going to speak to the linesman about something, all right. So what is the problem here? So consultation between Roger Milford and his linesman. The flag raised, so we'll just have to wait and see.
All right, give it a go. I think what the linesman might have been given there, George, when Burrows crossed the ball, he had to keep running. and he might have been in an offside position when Beardsley put the ball in the back of the net, which would have been a bad decision to disallow the goal for that.
Well, we can see it again. Pulled back by Burrows. Beardsley there.
Yeah.
Burrows was offside, in an offside position.
Yeah, watch the Burrows keeps running. Comes to him there. Rush is trying to get back. But Rush was as well. But to be fair, none of them interfered with the play. The goalkeeper didn't put the goalkeeper off in any way.
Corner of West Ham taken by Ward. Up goes Martin and also Ince. And Slater tried to curl it in, but little Stuart Slater unable to do so.
Second Liverpool goal scored by number 7, Peter Beard.
A little under 2 minutes to go. 2 goals to Liverpool, none to West Ham. This is Slater. And a free kick being signalled by the linesman there to West Ham. A lot of topsoil and grass removed there. Ward will take the free kick. Goes Alvin Martin, didn't make contact. Houghton away. Ince now. Ince with a shot, not on the goal. Rossignol fouled by Steve Nicol. So perhaps a final chance of a consolation for West Ham United. Into the injury time now. Played by Gale to Ward. Up goes Rossignol. But no power and nothing to really test Mike Cooper. But this is just the result that Liverpool required. In the middle of a bad run, they needed to get a victory to boost the confidence up at Anfield. And that victory has undoubtedly come now. Won't put them back on top of the table, that's for sure, but it will remind those ahead of them, like Norwich and Millwall, that Anfield, with or without its injured players, is still very much in business. 3 points gained, Liverpool win. Goals from Ian Rush in the 69th minute, his third in 4 games, and then Peter Beardsley in the 79th.